Well, this afternoon, I hadn't mentioned it yet, but I found out that a man that I know very well, the husband of one of my cousins, had died. And my best friend was telling me about how the chicken shit doctor didn't even tell him he was terminal until 5 days before he died. Mr. Larry C., Officer Larry C., he even worked for the Attorney General for a while. He knew he was terminal long before. Actually, the last time I saw him, which is uh, more than 3 years ago, I could tell that he wasn't really up to full speed. I think he was already ill by then. I didn't push Bruno for the cause of death. I didn't want to. I just wasn't in the mood to pry. But that was the whole thing. Is I've already caught my doctor lying and possibly my surgeon, and I've already caught my primary lying and slandering and doing everything. The rat bastard. He's probably connected to the very same healthcare system because it's in Caldwell. It's probably within the St. Joseph CHI system that I'm in now, trying to get surgery, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen because I don't trust the surgeon at this point. I have two different versions, but I'll get on with it. This will be brief. I knew Larry C. well. I was the marijuana crusader, the criminal, and you know what? He was always a nice guy. Always treated me very respectfully and stuff. He was a lot of his time he was the court bailiff for our district courts, and before he died for years he was the head of security at the new courthouse. We have two courthouses there, the old one and the new one. But he was married to my lovely cousin. That's probably made his entire life. I mean, last time I saw her and him was when I was filing the lawsuit against my brother Rolf, and he had to screen me coming into the building, all the metal detector shit and all that. And I told her that was over 3 years ago. And I said, you really haven't changed in the last 25 years. She's gorgeous. But girlish, not that uh, Kardashian kind of. And she was the district court coordinator. She worked right hand in hand with all the judges and stuff. She was very professional in her demeanor and everything else, but good sense of humor and always upbeat and stuff, and just a lovely woman. And that made Larry C.'s life, livable. It was, while he lived a professional life and had to maintain, the professional demeanor at all times at work, I know that they like to go out dancing and have a good time, and they enjoyed small town life. To the best of my knowledge, they never had any dreams of the big city. I think that's why Larry came back after working for the state attorney general, is that he really didn't, even though it's really driving distance to home, he just didn't like the big city. Uh, Bruno said that he and Larry, they were picking out funeral music before the doctor ever told him, you're terminal. He knew it. He knew that he was dying for quite a long time. I'm dealing with the same healthcare system right now. All I'm getting is lied to. Anyway, that's it. It's just in memory of Larry C. That's just SEE. I haven't even looked up his obituary or anything yet. I'm preoccupied with so many other things, like trying to remove stains that I'm not really responsible for. They're just on my shoes and stuff like that. I was so close. I was cleared for surgery by my primary care. I'd jumped through all the hoops the last 6 months, and then the fucking surgeon tells me that he doesn't want to cut on me because I'm homeless, and he's passed the buck to my primary care. And now that I've caught him lying, uh, especially if he made a fraudulent charge to Medicare for an injection that I rejected, he claims he decided not to. And then on the second one, he said that he rejected it. He said that it was inferred that I asked for it, and he rejected it, saying that it would, accelerate the degeneration or whatever. When you start getting hinky on me, why would I let somebody cut on me and go under general anesthesia, which is technically a carefully managed lethal overdose, when I'm potentially could be the end of your practice of medicine? Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to call Medicare and have them check to see if they charge for an injection on the 9th of October. Anyway, it was my pleasure to know Larry C. and he lucked out. I've got a lot of pretty and gorgeous cousins, but he got the one with probably the best personality of them all. He was a lucky man. He knew it. He was also a religious man. Anyway, I'll let you go. I just wanted to get off my chest that my best friend and the guy he sees every time he goes into that courthouse, the guy knew he was dying. The doctors didn't even have the balls to tell him you're terminal. Didn't tell him until 5 days before he died. He was already making funeral preparations. He knew it was coming, and they were just too. No, we're going to fix you up. See, that's why I'm making this. That's what I've got. I've got a guy that's going like, oh no, I can fix you. We can fix you up, and then we get right up to the edge, and then no, we're not going to fix you up because you're old and you're unsalvageable. That's really what they think. Well, now that's drying, I might have had a little impact, but not enough. It'll take a brush, a muriatic acid, or like I said before, a ton of bleach. And the bleach really needs to soak into the concrete and then be followed by 2 to 4 inches of fucking water. And that's what worked last summer. I'll let you go. As I like to say when people ask me about my life, long story, short life, matter of fact, I don't think I can handle one more interrogation by people who are just curious. And they think that that's their way of showing interest in me, is by asking me all kinds of personal, prying questions. I've told you before, don't interrogate me. And I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. And the next person that starts walking up to me with Starbucks or Taco Hell or some of this shit, I'm going to just start cussing them. I don't give a fuck. I no longer care about the public perception of me because it's probably changing. They will get tired of the novelty of the only guy that's been able ever to camp out in this area in public in front of everybody and be well behaved enough to get away with it. Remember, I've never spoken to anybody here unless they spoke first. Although I do test the children. And I've noticed that it's bad at Walmart, but it's really bad at Target. Almost none of those kids pass the humor test. I don't think they're in a good home situation. They're in a good parental situation. Because when I start making my goofy noises, a healthy child always laughs their ass off. I'll let you go. Larry C., you had a long life with what I think is my cousin that has the best personality of all of them. I've got some gorgeous cousins. One of them, she's about 6'2", but she's a bitch. So Larry C., you lucked out. You married a sweet, wonderful woman, hardworking. You had a good, long married life. May you rest in peace, and I'm pretty sure he's a Christian. Jesus awaits you. And I hope his wife understands that time's irrelevant to him now, and no need to hurry into the grave to meet him. May you live a long life, Cindy C. You have always been a consummate professional with me and treated me with respect because you know I'm not some stupid meth head drunk type. She's well aware that most people in my county don't have their head up their ass and think that they're most of the intelligent people in my county know that I'm the brains. I'm the smartest person they've ever run into. I used to sometimes dread going to town because it led to these long conversations when I was just trying to shop. What would be a 1 hour shopping trip, including like round trip, would turn into 3 hours of conversation. Anyway, I'll let you go. And I'm feeling kind of like Larry C. right now, as he could see it coming, and they don't want to admit it. But I don't have any kind of terminal disease. I don't know what he had. Probably was cancer. And he's the kind of guy that wouldn't smoke pot because it's breaking the law. I'll see you guys later.